Hey there everyone, this is Raocal playing Super Mario World Plus. I'm getting confused in these games. This game I only have 7 lives, which is kind of strange, but anyways, Marsh goes house. Marsh goes house, it's the ghost house made of marsh. Well, marsh is probably diminutive for marshmallow. I'm not like 100% sure about that, but here's a door and there's green mist. So when you put them all together, it means that we're going into a gray area with boxes. Yeah! Oh man, it's a bubble place. Of course, boxes and green mist. Bubble, I should have made the connection far earlier than I have. And these spikes, they're like anti-bubble devices that totally don't work. Because a lot of you may not be aware, but in old houses, mouses tend to become large green bubbles that are indication that you're not in the right area. I know, it's quite so. And I'm going to assume there's 2 exits in this level because it's based on the Super Mario World 1. Okay. I don't know if I like where this is going because this is oddly very, very familiar. Unless I just have a major case of deja vu here, which is probably the case because God knows that deja vu is a super common occurrence that happens to everyone. And it leads me in the middle of freaking nowhere. I'm confused as heck. If I return there, it leads me back to that gray room, and if I go here, let's say I return to the door in the back there. Let's pretend that I'm doing that right now. Because this is not a short, it's not, and that leads me to a exit. Pause. What the hell? That was the real exit. So what, is the fake exit like a more complicated version?
Let's see here. Let's see. Let's go in the far one, then return in the far one and see if anything happens. Because this is very strange. And this is a very, very short stage when you really look at it. So let's try. Let's go here. I mean, it's very simple. I wouldn't call this a hard stage. If I did, I would be a liar. I'd go to jail for lying, which is 30 years of snail picking, and I don't want that. I'm not comfortable with that prospect. Let's see what happens if I do this. Leave me back here, as I kind of sort of suspected. Because, I mean, come on. Okay. Let's see here. And if I continue to go to the right, no, it's the same thing. It's the same old thing. All made of cement and mortar and hammer sharks. The whole shebang. Of course it leads me back here. But here, instead. What happens if I go there a third time? Because I don't know. Okay, I don't think there's any place to really fly anywhere anyway. I see if I can fly, more or less. Nope, the screen doesn't scroll up at all. Okay. Let's see here. Well, well, I guess that was not bad. That's like the third time I went in this door and it didn't do anything. But I know that if I go there, it's probably going to return me to the beginning. Or so I thought. Yeah, it returns me to the real exit. Let's fast forward. Right, so that's not what I want. Okay, so I assume that if I do this, I'm resetting everything. Because I'm going to reappear at the beginning. I think. This is complicated. Let's see here. Right. Now let's pretend I go in the first one. Let's see here. I go in the first one. I'm currently in thought and I'm trying to figure things out. Leads me back here. That doesn't help. Can I find a hole? No. Anything in here? A big old block of flock? Let's see. Nope. I have no idea. Let's be honest here. No, stupid. And I'm running out of time. I just kind of noticed, sort of. Oh boy. Nothing at all. Okay. Oh, come on. Why am I having trouble clearing this piece of shard? Shard is like the easiest to clear enemy ever. You just kind of sit there and laugh at it and kind of die from humiliation. That's how things work. They know their place, they're locked in the land, and it's left to that. No point in making things more complicated than they have to. This isn't doing anything. Okay. I'm going to keep
Hammering out the details in this land, but I'm going to do this off screen because there's no point in making you watch me plunder about and trying to find the difference between 2 doors. So I'm just going to put this on pause and get right back to you, I guess. Whoop. Well, it's worth noting that instead of pausing accidentally, I stopped the recording, and this is a new recording, so hopefully it didn't cause any troubles. But I've looked around for like maybe 20 minutes, and I really have no idea where to look. I even got a cape, I flew around in the ceiling, I fell in the hole, the usual shebang, and I don't know. So I know, I'm assuming there's something, because it's probably hiding what is this top secret area, the power-up station. But if you want to have any ideas, I'll probably contact my Mario detective later in the evening. But if you want to have any ideas, I'm open for stuff. This is Raocow, just played the Super Mario World Plus with not much success. Let's hope the master courses go better next time in the bowling alley.